55 points is a good job against a good team that had some quality wins last year. We challenged ourselves today to play a Power 5 school that had success at the end of the year and had a lot of success within a very good conference. So I don't regret who we played. We could have played somebody a little lesser school and come out with this, but this kind of exposed us that some kids need to step up, and never have and never will throw any kids under the bus, but we had two kids play tonight, you know, and they were both good and they were both very aggressive, and we got to have some players that have done it in the past step up and be productive, and we cannot have complementary players that are starters this year. They've got to be a part of scoring points, getting rebounds, and doing that. What was not good is I think we have the ability to be a very good offensive rebounding team, and we got 2 points on second chance points. Turnovers were for high for where we like to be, but I only thought 2 kids were aggressive from the offensive standpoint. Thought Lauren Fields played really, really well and played the way we wanted her to play defensively as well, because she was in passing lanes. She got some steals. She got some run-out baskets on that. Lexi's numbers were good, 6 for 12, 4 for 7, but we got to have more people. Those 2 accounted for 13 of our 17 field goals, and more people got to step up, and we got to establish something inside as well. You can't just expect to score all night long on the perimeter. We got to have some people step up, and our kids know they got to play better. I mean, they left the locker room knowing that, hey, I didn't play as well as I was capable of playing, but again, we did not play a bad team, and 55 points is good enough defensively to win ball games. We gotta find some solutions offensively.
Lauren Fields talked about how that first quarter really kind of set the tone for the rest of the time with the scoring difficulties. Then, how difficult do you think it was just to try to get anything going with the first quarter that went like
Well, I mean, you fall behind 9-0, and the difference in the ball game ends up 10-0. So we've told our players that you can win ball games in the first 5 minutes, and you could lose ball games in the first 5 minutes. And we were digging ourselves out of a hole after the first quarter. And then we would make a nice run and get within 6. I think we got within 6 probably 2, 3, 4 times. And then we'd blow a coverage on an inbounds play, or we'd turn the ball over. So we gave ourselves a chance. We kept battling. The kids kept playing hard and coming back. But, you know, I want them to take out of this that more people have to be accountable, step up, look to score, and we have to do it collectively. We've talked about that before, but we've got to have players embrace that responsibility that, hey, I'm young, you know, but I need to step up and be held accountable for scoring 10 or 12 points. We're not asking anybody to go get 20 to 25, and we've had that here before. But we are asking players to score 10, 12, 13, 14 points.
What went wrong with getting a collective offense going today?
Well, I think it's more of a mentality. You know, you gotta look, you gotta seek shots in this game sometimes. You're never gonna be, especially when you play a good team, you're never gonna be wide open. So you gotta be able, you saw it out of Lauren Fields. It was a mentality that they're on me tight, I'm gonna drive around them, I'm gonna get some and ones, I'm gonna finish at the rim. So more so than anything offensively or whatever. Can we get better offensively? Absolutely, but I think it's a mentality that I'm gonna go do my part.
We talked about Hollinshed. I know she knew really biggest area she hurt you today was really only the free throw line. How do you think you defended her today?
You know, she's a fifth year senior, good player, averaged 15.4 in that league a year ago. If we would have said hold her to 15-5, I would have taken those numbers to start out. And we held, no one else was in double figures. So we did fine defensively, except for some inbound coverages. But, you know, good players are going to get their points. You can't let somebody like Maya Hollinshed look up and get 26 to 30, and we didn't do that. So we did some good things on her defensively.
You talk about that stepping up mentality, especially without having Natasha Mack this season. What is kind of your message to the team? What are some, I know, of course, Lexi and Lauren had mentioned post play, but what are some really specific things you're really trying to focus on making sure they step up in?
You know, just when you got a shot, take it, be aggressive. I thought Nia Boyd was a lot more aggressive in the second half of getting downhill and creating some things for her teammates, but we weren't that way in the first half. So the word that I keep coming back to and using, and we've been talking to our kids since May, I'm very aware of the points that we lost and the people that we lost, but the thing that I've been saying is collectively. We got to do this collectively, and we're not asking unreasonable things, but our kids just got to have expectations of themselves that I'm capable of this. And you know what? This is a big girl league, and if pressure's part of it, so be it. There's pressure every night that you step on the floor. So that's what I'm talking about.
You talked a little bit about what Lauren did. What about Lexi? What do you think of how she's taking on that mentality and gave you all an early spark?
Well, Lexi's a proven winner from high school. She was all freshman team for us last year. She spends a lot of time working on her shot, perfecting her craft, and she makes shots. You know, when she's open, she steps up and makes shots. But Lexi plays with absolutely no fear in her game, and I think that just comes. There's a word in basketball too. She's got a lot of savvy to her. She knows what to do and how to get open at times and how to find open spots. And I thought both those kids played really well.
You mentioned the 17 turnovers. What are some things that you saw out there that kind of contributed to that?
Well, decision making. When you got in the lane, we got some little guards, so sometimes you've got to kick it out to the outside instead of trying to get too deep. I thought we missed some. We just ran some plays that weren't right. You know, people didn't go to the right spot, and I don't know if it was nerves or what, but those led to turnovers. And then we missed, you know, it's very, very difficult to win if you miss 37 shots. We shot 31% overall, 25 from 3 and 53. Those numbers, none of those are conducive to winning.
So going back to those threes, Lexi Keys was the only one who was able to make any threes tonight. Does that concern you for the long term, or do you just chalk it up to a bad game?
Absolutely. You gotta have balance, and you gotta have people making open shots. And yeah, it's a concern. That's why we're talking to our kids about having that confident attitude of letting it fly. You know, it's like that batter that steps in the batter's box and takes 3 pitches. You're not going to be successful if you're going to err on the aggressive side. Err being aggressive in everything that you do.
Is it harder to instill a confident attitude after an opening day loss?
Well, I don't think they're feeling real warm and fuzzy about it right now. So yeah, it's probably, but we got to build them up. But it's a combination. We got to build them up and teach them what we want them to do. But there's also got to be a point where the kids are saying, hey, I'm capable. I can do this. There's a reason that I was recruited.
What were some of the positives you'll take away from today's game?
Positives is I thought we did a nice job on hauling shed. We held them to 55. Only one player was in double figures. The Foreman kid averaged double figures for them last year, number 3. We lost her once or twice, and she makes you pay when you do that. But for the most part, if we would have said going in that we hold the Hollingshed and Foreman to 21, I would have jumped all over that. You know, we created 16 turnovers. That's pretty good on a veteran team. Those are probably the things that stick out as being positives.
Any other questions?
Thank you all.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Thank you.
Coach.
Yeah.